What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Scotty, and this is another episode of Bitch Are You Serious? For those of you who just not tuning into my channel, Bitch Are You Serious is basically the what the fuck moments that has happened in my life, past or present. So it is what it is. So here we go. Let's talk. So this particular incident happened about 2 years ago, and I'm going to give you the backstory about this said incident so y'all can know what led up to what has happened, because y'all know I am very good at fucking storytelling. So let's just get into the get down. So I used to date this guy I dated this guy off and on about 4 years ago, back in 2014. He at the time when I first met him, of course, at the time, you know when you first meet somebody, they be the sweetest thing on earth, and then months down the line you find out what they really are. But you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so I was dating this guy, and everything, he had been pursuing me for like a while, and I had heard that he was a whore, and he's not to be trusted. But I don't like judging people. I don't like judging a book by its cover. And I did a video about him in the past during the time we were talking. I think I did a couple of testimonials about his ass. But yeah, so after him trying to talk to me for so long, you know what I'm saying, I let him take me out on a date. And he took me out on this date, and it was probably one of the best dates that I had ever been on, like one of the best ones. And he just made me feel special than any man had ever made me feel on a date. So, after the date, he said, we're going to continue the date. And I was like, okay, I was all for it. I wasn't trying to rush into nothing, but, I liked him. And, I just didn't want to talk to him because of what I heard. But at the same time, this date solidified him for me. So it seemed like soon after our date, I look up on Facebook and he was engaged to another man. And I'm like, engaged? You know what I'm saying? Like, he announced his whole engagement to this dude like a week or two after us going out on a date. And after him saying we're going to continue the date, because he had been pursuing me for like a month or two at that point. So I'm just gonna feel like he's engaged to somebody. What type of shit is that? I was completely blindsided by that. Like, completely fucking blindsided. Like, I had no idea that was going on. So, I was hurt. I thought that he was, because we built the friendship first. Let me just make that clear. It's not like, I felt some type of way about it because, after just one day and me barely knowing this man. Like, we actually built a friendship, and in between that time he was trying to date me, and I just wouldn't do it. But I went ahead and let him. I said, what's the worst it could be? So I let him take me out, and that's what happened. So then he breaks up with this guy like a month after they announced their engagement. And a part of me wanted to laugh at him, and a part of me wanted to, be very petty, but I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I just kept on moving on with my life. I didn't really bother with him. I didn't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Lord, this TeamScotty thread on Instagram is blowing the fuck up. Okay, let me just put my phone on silent. But anyway, so yeah. So, weeks after he announced that it was over, you know what I'm saying, he came to me, and he wanted to take me out again. So I'm like, okay, but before he did that, I reached out to him after he was done with the guy, and I just wanted him to know exactly how he made me feel when he did what he did. And he was very apologetic, and he was like, I never meant to hurt you. I never wanted to do anything to harm you, and I'm sorry about that. I just didn't think nothing of it because we were dating. But I said, it's just the fact that we were friends first, and you had been trying to pursue me for like a month before I let you take me out. So obviously you were already dealing with this man when you decided to ask me out. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? He apologized, and then like a week later, he asked me out again. So we went out on another day, and it was cool. You know what I'm saying? We had fun, and I stayed the night with him. And then, you know, the next day he took me home. And as he was taking me home, he was crying on his way home. And I didn't understand what the fuck he was crying about. And I kept asking him, I'm like, what's wrong with you? And he would say, you know, nothing is wrong, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, you know, I was kind of weirded out. Because I'm like, did I do something to you? And he was like, no, it ain't got nothing to do with you, you know. So I'm like, okay, you know. And then, he dropped me off at home. He hugged me. He kissed me. And he was like, I'm going to see you later and blah, blah, blah. So later on that day, like around like 2 or 3 hours after he dropped me off at home, you know, he texted me his brand new number. And I'm like, okay, you know, he said, don't nobody else really have my number, so I'm giving it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a brand new number. This is my number. This is the number you contact me on. So I'm like, okay, cool. But an hour later, he posts on Facebook, and he's laying in bed with his ex-boyfriend. The same bed that I just crawled out of, you know, so I could get dressed and get ready to go home. So I'm just confused by this because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And this is an ex-boyfriend that everybody knew he was with a long time ago. Like, they were engaged, like they was together for a long time. And, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I was confused. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like, what? So, whatever. So, I was again pissed the fuck off. I'm like, this motherfucker. Okay, but I wasn't, at first, I didn't jump into conclusions. But it was suspect at the same time because I was kind of pissed. Because I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, why is he doing this? So, after that, you know, he was at a restaurant. I saw it on Facebook. You know how people put, you know, I'm eating, I'm out with my boo eating. And, you know, me and my best friends, we were headed to the club. Me and my best friend Sammy. That was during the time we would always go to this gay club in our area. So we was headed to the club that night. And Sammy was like, who the fuck he eating with? And I'm like, I don't know who he eating with. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So, it's crazy because I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Like, why is he trying to play me? You know, I'm just getting more and more frustrated and mad. We go to the club and we sitting there chilling out, we drinking or whatever, and I look up, he walks in the club with who? His motherfucking ex-boyfriend that I saw him on the picture with 2 or 3 weeks earlier in bed with. And I have to sit back and watch them all watch them both announce to all their friends that they are now engaged to be married. I'm like, not another one. Not another one. And this is over the course of 2. Like, you got engaged back in July. You got engaged back in July already. And that ended in August. We linked back up in September. And then you get back with this dude within, you know, within a couple of weeks of that, and that was the end of October, and you're engaged to your ex again. Like, you're engaged to this guy, because mind you, this is the second guy, but he had already been with him years ago. So I'm just sitting up here like, are you serious? Then when we were at the club, he sit down next to me and invites me to his fucking Halloween party. And I just sitting up here like, nigga, you got a whole lot of motherfucking nerve to be inviting me to a party. And you just sit up here in front of me and announce your engagement to your ex. And I'm just sitting up here watching this shit. After I just seen you, you know, after I done just sat on your damn face like a month ago, and you want to sit up here and tell me that, you know, I'm invited to your birthday, to your Halloween party. Nigga, get the fuck out my face. Are you kidding me? So I was pissed, and I just really fell into a depression. And I wrote a lot of songs about this situation because I really, really liked him. And not only did I like him, I had grew to love this man too. So I was just like, really, like, this is betrayal on so many levels. Like, I gave you a chance to, like, fix shit up the second time, and here you go again, engaged again. You know what I'm saying? What type of shit is that? Like, what's up with that? So that was October. On Christmas night, I get a phone call from him, and he crying. He crying his eyes out. And I'm not understanding why he crying. So he crying to me because the same dude that I watched him get engaged with in front of me is the same one that walked out of his life. So I'm just sitting up here like, are you serious? And, you know, I felt bad for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really did feel bad. You know, because I know that out of all the men that he dated, that was one guy that he was truly, truly in love with. They was together for a very long time. They was engaged before they got engaged the second time. So I was like, you know, cool. You know, you know, he said he just thanked me for always being there for him. And, you know, I felt bad for him. You know, I'm not a bad person. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not, you know, and I have a bad thing with forgiveness sometimes. Like, sometimes people can do me so wrong and I can see it. And sometimes I try to find the good, a little bit of good in them, and I look stupid. That's probably why a lot of people used to call me stupid for a certain situation. But I'm not going to talk about that no more. I can't stand talking about it. But I always find a little bit of good in somebody. Sometimes the shit will be right in my face and I turn a blind eye to it just because I care about somebody. And that's what the situation was with this. So we reconnected. We were just friends. You know what I'm saying? We weren't, you know, dating anymore. I do know that I was, you know, giving another guy a chance to date me, you know, at that time. And, but, you know, at the time I wanted a relationship, and the guy that I was trying to date really didn't want one. So I'm like, well, ain't no need for me to be, you know, me and him can hang out from time to time, but there's no need for me to put all my stocks into him because he don't really want a relationship. So he comes along when my birthday comes. I went to New Orleans for my birthday. And it's February 2015. I go to New Orleans for my birthday, and then I'm off the very next weekend. So he said, well, since I didn't get to spend no time with you for your birthday, how about I take you out of town for your birthday? So I'm like, okay, cool. He take me to the Gulf Coast. And, you know, he paid for everything. Like, everything. He paid for my room. He paid for, like, everything. And so, I met two of his clients that he was working with. Like, everything was, you know, cool. We had a great time. And then I came back, and when we came back home, everything started to change again. He started acting really, really funny with me. And it's like, I text him good morning. He don't text me back till 11 o'clock at night. Sometimes he don't text me back at all, but he'll be on Facebook like posting away, but never would text me back. And I will always feel like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? So about a week or two after that trip, I look up and he's posted with a whole nother guy. Again, a different one. And not too long after that, they announced that they're engaged too. And I'm like, this cannot be happening to me. This cannot be happening to me. Again, a third time, this cannot be happening to me. Humiliated wasn't the word. I was humiliated and embarrassed, okay? Humiliated, okay? So, I didn't speak to him again. I did not speak to him again. Now, I do know that he, during the duration of that time, he did try to contact me and all types of stuff. And when they were having problems, he would try to contact me. And it was one time that I just, you know, listened to him speak. And he reached out to me because he didn't like something that I posted on Facebook. And he felt some type of way about it because he was like, well, I thought we were better than that, and you could have talked to me. But I felt like I didn't owe him anything because he didn't give me anything. Like, you know, every time I'm with you, you hop up and you get with someone else and you're engaged every time I end up with you. And it's fucked up. You think I'm supposed to owe you some type of explanation as to why I'm posting song lyrics on my post? Okay, during the duration of the time that was going on, Sierra had just put out that song, I Bet. You know, I bet you start loving me soon as you know, that song. That song had came out. And another song by Rico Love called Somebody Else had just came out. And those two songs were my Bibles. Because that is exactly, those two songs were exactly how I felt at that time. Like, seriously. Those two songs expressed everything. And I would always have those songs in my status, and he didn't like that, and he felt like it was disrespectful to him, but he didn't care about how he disrespected me, period. You know what I'm saying? Didn't give a fuck. So, you know, he apologized, and then he started saying that, you know, the reason why he didn't ever give me a shot, it wasn't because I wasn't enough for him. He just didn't think that I would be ready to settle down and just be married to him. It wasn't the fact that I wasn't ready to settle down, but at the time I had just turned like, what, 25, 26. I wasn't ready to get married. Period. I wasn't in that headspace to get married at all. I was really still building myself up to be who I am now. I wasn't in the right headspace to be married to nobody, especially at 26. So yes, if he did ask me to marry him, I was going to politely say no. That wasn't going to mean I didn't want to be with him, but I wasn't ready to get married, bottom line, period. So him and the guy get married. They get married. At the end of the year, they get married. And months after they got married, it was rumblings on social media that they were getting a divorce. So what's really funny about this whole thing is that one of the guys that he got engaged to winded up being winded up being good friends to me. Like, seriously, like the second one that he got engaged to that October, he became good friends with me. And you know, I didn't feel right being cool with him and him not knowing that I had a past with his ex-man, you know what I'm saying, ex-fiance. And when I came out and told him, he said he already knew. And I'm like, you knew already? He was like, yeah, he already knew. I already knew about you guys, you know what I'm saying? And I understood your pain. I already knew about you. You just didn't know that I knew, but I knew about you. And he tried to downplay y'all relationship and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, are you serious? So, you know what I'm saying? That was a comfort. And, you know, we became cool. And, you know, as time went on, as we were cool, he started trying to contact him in the midst of his divorce with the other guy. And, you know, the good friend of mine who was his ex made a post, and I commented on the post. And the next thing you know, I'm getting attacked by the soon-to-be ex-husband and his friend. And I'm being accused of all sorts of blasphemy. Like, I'm accused of sleeping with a married man. I'm accused of messing with a man who was married. I'm accused of being messy. I'm this, I'm that. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't even know you. Like, I didn't know the husband. We don't even follow each other on social media. I didn't even know the husband. I didn't even know the friend. These motherfuckers apparently knew me. And they were straight up attacking me. Like, straight up going in on me. Like, I don't even do the social media fighting. And I wasn't about to do that. Especially with motherfuckers that don't even know me. This motherfucker said I was ugly as fuck. He said that, you know, I was just a backup singer, and he was like, he was the lead singer, I was one of the backups, and I was this and I was that. And I'm sitting up there like, what? You know, like, what? Like, I wasn't even aware that you even know about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even know you. And I was taken aback. Like, I was caught off guard completely. This motherfucker had it out for me, and I never knew that. We never met or nothing. And so I'm coming on my friend's post and I'm getting attacked. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like this was something that was brewing for a long time. And all this stuff that he said to me was something that he'd been wanting to say to me. And he must have felt, you know, I don't know what could have happened in their marriage in regarding me. But during the duration that they were together, I never reached out to him. He reached out to me. You know what I'm saying? And when and during that time that I'm getting attacked by this motherfucking boy, it's kind of like, I'm like, I haven't even, it's been, like, this was like, what? That happened November 2016. So at this point, I'm like, it's almost 2 years, and I haven't even seen this motherfucker, nor have I talked to him. I don't even want nothing to do with him. Like, I don't even want my name to even be in the same sentence as him. And I'm straight up getting attacked and accused of sleeping with a married man. So no, he was not married when I was talking to him. He was never married when I was talking to him. Never married. He wasn't even like, no, if he was married, I wouldn't be fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? So no, I was never fucking with a married man. But him and his friend gonna run with it, and I'm gonna whoop your ass when I see you, and blah blah blah. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you seriously gonna whoop my ass? I was like, are you fucking for real? Like, I just didn't understand why I'm being attacked over a man that I didn't even want. Seriously. So that was my what the fuck moment, because there was never really no resolution to that, because again, I never talked to that man again. I never ran into the ex-husband, the now ex-husband. I never ran into him anywhere. Not that I want to run into him anywhere, not out of fear, but we don't have anything to talk about. So it's like, I don't want to be your friend, I don't want to be your enemy. I just don't, I don't want nothing with you, because all of that, like, my whole character was being like scandalized, like being straight up ridiculed for nothing. Like, you straight up coming for my character, you straight up doing this, you doing that, and everybody that knows me knows that I don't even engage in it. And I'm going back and forth with a motherfucker who's straight up coming for me, and I don't even know why. Like, I'm just all out of the loop, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that was my what the fuck moment that happened in 2016. Leave your comments below. I cannot wait to see these fucking comments. And I'm out of here, you guys. Peace.